Hello, my beautiful people. This is me with another reaction to the film King of Boys. There's no way that film is going to come out and me, I will not give my reaction. Don't worry, you'll be seeing more regular reactions. I keep saying that, right? But I mean it. Anyway, that is that. Let us get down to the nitty-gritty. You can see today, I won the war paint. For me to come out, put on my lipstick, my war paint, wear my small pancake, even special dressing in honor of the King of Boys. No special dressing, don't mind me. Have you people watched King of Boys? Have you people watched King of Boys? Before you talk to me, before you answer, please go and watch it. There's this new film on Netflix called King of Boys. I don't know whether you've been living under a rock. I don't know the rock you've been living under, but if you have not heard of that film, please, as a point of, I don't even know what to call it, as an advice, please just go and watch that film. Kemi Adetiba, Swale, Adoff my heart, Ekushe, well done. So this is not really, I'm not going to do like, I'm doing a review, but it's more of a take, my take on, the movie, the series King of Boys. There was, of course, a part 1, which was just King of Boys. This one is King of Boys 2, Return of the King. That's it. Have you people watched it? There's so much to unpack on so many levels. For me, I actually wrote notes because I'm going to be taking it one by one. But me, I'm not here to talk about camera angle, the lens was doing like this, the picture was doing grading. I know there are some other encyclopedia, working encyclopedia that can do that with me. I'm here to talk about the actors, the clothes, and all those, all those chochoricious things inside the movie. That's what I'm here to talk about. Because I know that is what you people want to hear too. Whether you believe it or not, whether you tell me or not, me, I know. If anybody is like me, that is what I came here for. And like I said, I took notes, so you're going to excuse me because I might be glancing down once in a while. Usually, I like my reactions to be spontaneous, organic. Even if I write a script, I write more like a kind of outline or a guide, and I just go. But this one, I have to take notes because I don't want to leave anything on the table. I don't want to say, oh, why did I talk about that? Oh, why did, because King of Boys, there's so much to unpack. First of all, let me take it from here now. Absolutely brilliant movie. Fantastic. I'm here to talk about the story, the actors, the costumes, and whatnot. Brilliant story. Very, very true to life. Believe it or not, for those of you that are not in Nigeria, believe it or not, very, very true to life. A typical story of, a former and ex-hooker, former prostitute that rose through the ranks, married, and this is just a recap from the like a background of the story. No spoilers though. I'm not telling you what the film is about. I'm just giving you like a background of the story. Ex-hooker, that rose through the ranks, beautifully and well acted by Sola Sobowale. That's another person I give my heart. I remove my heart, my imaginary heart, both imaginary and real. I remove my heart for you, mama. Oh my God, that was awesome. But anyway, I didn't expect less because I've always been a big fan of hers from her days of Tony Tomato, running around, causing trouble up and down. Has always been a lovely, fantastic actress. But we've always seen her comedic side. A lot of us were not exposed to her dramatic side, and she is deep. I don't know where she pulls these characters from somewhere. It was just awesome. So, I drop my hat off to you and to Shola, but I've now started talking about the actors. I'm still on story. So, like I said, I'm going to be glancing down because I don't want to, forget anything. Brilliant story. An ex-hooker that ran an illicit business and rose to the ranks by marrying, an NURT former chairman, that she invariably killed off and now became the king of boys. Inherited the title king of boys, as in king of the boys of the underworld, And now in this part 2, she decided to run for governor. The audacity, yes. She decided to run for governor of the great state of Lagos State. I mean, the great state of Lagos. Lagos, to me, Lagos is like a country. Lagos is not even like, Lagos is a country on its own. So if you rule Lagos, you're ruling a small country. I mean, come on. So she decided to throw in her heart, or rather, should I say her gilly, into the gubernatorial race, which very, very true to life. I mean, which is very apt. Kemi, I will come to Kemi soon after, because I can't start talking. If I start talking about Kemi now, I won't go into all the things I want to say, So let me move on. So that is what we have, Generally, that's the premise of the film. So the film was brilliant, very relatable, lots of suspense, plot twists, never a dull moment, such a cautionary tale, the thirst for power, people ready to lose everything, people that are already there, still grabbing. That was like, what? Because, it's so real. There are a lot of people, they already have money, they're already doing well, they're still after power. Look at how all of them were scrambling after power. To me, there are no heroes or heroines in this movie. Everybody. Anyway, it's like nobody is really good and nobody is bad. That's one thing I liked about the film. There was no good, there was no bad person. Your own is just make your choice. Who really deserved to be the governor of Lagos? Because all of them had their fingers, skeletons, and graveyards in their closets. So one of the things I also liked, another thing is a bit gory. So if you're of the faint-hearted, I mean, there were a lot of scenes that I just had to put my eyes like this, or even fast track, because of some gory scenes. But if you're able to stomach a lot of things like that, but it was real. She had to do. I mean, how else will you say that? Anyway, I don't want to give away much of the story. I'm not even going to say so much, but I'll just say, okay, just brace yourself because it was gory. Then I love the use of indigenous language. Oh, it was so sweet. They used Yoruba, they spoke Yoruba, Igbo, sprinkling of Pidgin, which also is a language. whether it is broken or broken English or what, it's still a language because it's a means of communication. So, I love the use of all that, and of course the proverbs. I mean, the proverbs are like, it's like eating soup and you encounter some obstacles, those sweet pieces of meat inside. That was how the proverbs were. They just throw one morsel of wisdom. Our people say, our elders say, that was just one of the things that made the film, so fantastic. Like I said, I took notes, so I don't want to miss anything. Then I come to the casting. Hey, a very close producer friend of mine said one thing. If you can get your casting right, if you can cast, as in select the right people in the right role, let me just say, okay, 60% of your film is done before you add your script and all that. Because the casting in this movie, and how everybody that was casted, what I love about this film, they were not using stars for stars' sake, just pack stars. Yes, I saw it was star-studded. I was like, okay, star-studded, okay, let's see. But stars that knew what they thank you, they understood. Stars that understood the assignments. They knew what they were there for and they delivered. And I'm going to be taking those people that touched me as a person. Everybody is different, Of course, Auntie Sola Sobowale killed it. I didn't expect less because, the film was about her. And not even just because it was about her. I'm going to come to her later, but the person that did it for me in this movie, I'm going to call her name 3 times. Nse Ikpe Etim. Nse Ikpe Etim. Nse. 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 Sorry, she's not Nse Ikpe Etim. She's Clifford Sule. Nse. Oh my God. Nse ate the script, chewed it, regurgitated it, swallowed it. Nse killed it. To me, that was my favorite actress in this film. Of course, I mean Auntie Shola. But the person that touched me, the person that was sitting at my seat, waiting to see what is she going to do next. Nse as Jumoke Randall. Hey! Finished this role. And her acting was impeccable. And as Jumoke Randall, she gave that character the right touch of, sarcasm, poshness, bitchiness, scorn, that's the 1%, the 1% Yoruba, the aristocratic 1% of rich Yoruba people. There's that sarcasm, bitchiness with phonel, and they'll just be giving it to you. The way they'll be even looking, using nose to look and talk. Nse nailed it. Nailed it! So many scenes. She finished it. I was just screaming. I was rolling. I was like, But anyway, I didn't expect less, because that is why they call her the silent tsunami. I gave her that name. Go and ask her. I gave her that name, silent tsunami, because Nse, you don't see her coming like a tsunami on that G. We saw in the lineup, Nse is going to be there, this one's going to be there. Okay, everybody's going to do their thing. Big people, big names were there. Nse just came. She understood the assignment. She just come, and she does. And that's her mouth. That's Nse is a character. Her face, her mouth, her nose, everything is acting. Her voice, her eyes. That's when the man, okay, no spoilers, when the husband wanted to, the way she was running and like a cobra. I said, don't say, I know, well, it's something they do you. Well done. Awesome. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And let's talk about the clothes. The clothes. Dripping class, dripping elegance. They really knew what they were doing in this movie. Fantastic. Even if I loved the way Auntie Shola too was well decked out. She gave me that vibe of Oprah Benson, Yao Girl of Lagos, the late Oprah Benson. She gave me that vibe of Oprah Benson, Princess Abade Sonya. The vibe, the way they would dress, very theatrical, carrying everything. In fact, practically overdressed to every occasion. That was how, but like they say in Lagos, it's better you're overdressed than underdressed. Killing it, if it's just a luncheon, you see how they wearing shoe, bag, hats, everything matching, and you're like, it's just luncheon day. They say, it's better that you are the one that came to kill it, that you are the one that they were saying, what's this one wearing, And I also love the way she also, and I'm going back to Auntie Shola now, the way Auntie Shola too, Auntie Shola too delivered her, when she too was giving, one thing I liked about the film, when you are giving it to Auntie Shola and you think that her character in the movie, you think that all the all the chips are down. Then from nowhere she will just come back. Like when Nse will say something, those are catty, bitchy nonsense, naughty jabs. And Shola will just look at her, shuke. And give her own, and that's just the typical Lagos woman. Typical Lagos woman. Of course, the costumes. How can you talk about Lagos Lagos top 1%. How can you talk about Lagos? You don't talk about fashion. That's why they call it Eko for show. Fashion alone was a character in the film. The fashion in that movie was a character. Hey, it was something else. Something else. So, I said I'm going to wait out for I'm going to check out the credits for the costume. When I saw Tiana styling, I was like, okay, very Tiana styling-ish. But she understood as another person, and I saw some other names, sorry, I didn't know them, but it was Tiana that I noted, because that's the name that easily comes to mind. But Tiana styling, as well as some other well-deserved, stylists, costumiers, I mean, oh, awesome. They did, most of the clothing. Another character, see me going back and forth, sorry that I'm digressing like this, but as something comes up, I have to mention it. Another character, right now we're on characters, another character that moved new. Akin Louis. Akin Louis, another one of my favorites. Typical Baba Sale. Arrogant, impatient, crafty, cunning, lewd. I like that part where he and Nse were talking. Don't worry, I'm not giving spoiler, but it happened. After all, he and Nse were talking in the film. I like that part where he and Nse were talking, and he said, "Are you ready to kill? Are you ready to kill this position that you're after? Are you ready to kill? Because you're going to kill somebody." And Nse said, I'm ready to kill. Fry. In fact, that scene, I had chills, because when God will be calling you, wake up and pray. You don't know there are people. There might be some people there. Look at how people reason. And this thing is not, it is real. It is real. There are some people that are so desperate for something that they're ready to kill. Are you ready to kill this thing that you, because I don't want somebody that will now come and say, the water is too hot. So said, I will chew it, eat it, fry it, bone, everything. I will eat it. No. I was just shouting. Other actors worthy of mention. RMD as Pastor Ifeanyi was fantastic. He was great. I love, you'll be laughing. That is experience talking. It was fantastic. Bob Manuel, wow, perfect as the head of the newspaper. Fantastic. Not too many scenes, and I like the way there were a lot of actors of note. They didn't have too many scenes, but you felt them in every scene. The actors of note. Charly Boy did very well. I didn't know he was such an actor. Fantastic. Charly Boy did very, very well. Very well, as one of the, underworld bosses. Fantastic. Ill Blaze. Okay, I won't say anything. No spoilers. They do my boy like that, man. I didn't do my boy like that, but Ill Bliss was great. And I've noticed Ill Bliss has lost a lot of weight, because there was a time Ill Bliss looked a lot like Biggie, as in the late rapper Biggie, But now Ill Bliss has lost a lot of weight. That's good. That's really great, And Auntie Taiwo Ajayi said, that woman is 80. Fantastic. She acted as the mother of the governor. Awesome. Auntie Taiwo Ajayi said, it just shows you that I think she just had like 2 scenes, but in those scenes you felt her. That's why, I think it was Joke Silva, the great Joke Silva said something. She said, there are no small roles, only small actors. So it's not about how many scenes you have in a movie. It's about how you deliver. Just 2 scenes and we felt her presence. We remembered she was there. She was fantastic. That scene where she... I don't want to spoiler alert. You will go and watch this film. She made him say, hey, child. But those desperate girls, desperate and dangerous people, she did what she had to do. As they say, you did write it on your forehead. That's, God, it was fantastic. And of course, Tony Tones. Tony Tones was great. Tony Tones was scary to me. The way she kept appearing, I was like, you know, Tony Tones was great. Tony Tones was great. The way she kept appearing at Shola and talking. Do it, do this. Try. Tony Tones. You see that part where, you know, there was one part where you said plastered at Shola. Tony Tones just appeared. Meaning? It was just, you need to watch it. You guys need to go and watch that film. It's not a film, please. It's a series. 7 parts. You need to watch it. Of course, Reminisce represented. Bad guy. He represented as the king of boys. He represented. You know. What else worthy of note? The locations were, impressive. Locations were impressive. You know why I appreciated this production? It is so, I know how as a producer it is not easy. I don't want to say it's hard. I'll say it is not easy to get top notch. You, especially as the writer, in your mind, you've written a production and you are really, really hoping you can get something close to or even better than what you wrote. And I believe that was what Kemi was able to achieve in this production, because those houses, those are not sets, those are real houses that people live in. The way they built them up, not build them up, the way they were able to get that governor's house, the governor's mother's house, everything was looking awesome, fantastic. I even noted attention to detail. I even noted the house of the pressman, Bimbo Manuel's character's house. I noticed that it was not one of those fine, not that it was not fine. It was not one of those nouveau rich houses that you think that, as the husband. Characters like that, they will go and live in old Yaba, old Yaba, with those family house kind of, we call old Sulere, those old 1950s, 1940s, Lagos 1940 houses. I noticed when he was talking to, one of the characters, he was standing behind. They were outside and I could see the old Lagos house. I said, no. Kemi, you did well. This is amazing. I'm so proud of you, proud of the production. Please, people, watch King of Boys. Brace